All right, so here we go with some modeling. We're going to do some building systems and make each system into a component so we can put a whole building together later on. Now, normally we do not go into this amount of detail in SketchUp. We just make a much more simple, quick visualization, but this is a great way for you to start learning about components and groups, and so we're going to do it this way, even though for most conceptual visualizations we would do it much more simply. But here we go. Let's take a look and start with our foundation. There's a footing and stem wall. The footing is the big part of the foundation that spreads all the weight out under the ground so that the weight of the building is supported by the soil without sinking. It's spread out enough. And then the stem wall brings it up above the surface so that we can hook walls onto it. So let's take a look. Our stem wall, that's the middle part, is going to be 24 inches high. And I'm going to take it out of that view. And each of these are going to be part of the footing, will be 12 inches high. Good, so there's my foundation, and I'm going to make that into a component. Okay, so I'm going to use my arrow tool. And I'm going to highlight just that part of it. So I'm going left to right. Everything that's all the way inside. Right click, make it a component. And we're going to call this foundation system. And just go and replace the selection with the component. There, now that's a foundation. If I wanted to, I could get rid of the surface on the bottom, but I think that's kind of nice because then I can get square feet really easily. Okay, so there's my foundation. That wasn't too hard. They get a little harder as I go. Now, a floor system has what's called rim joists all the way around it. Those are what you hook the joists onto. And in this case, we're going to make all of our joists 4 foot on center. 4 foot on, so every 4 feet. So let's get started. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to copy it. Remember, that's the move button. And then find a spot and move it sideways and then hit Control once and type 4 feet. Enter. And I'll do it again. Click, make it go in the red. Control, 4 feet. Enter. Click, move it, Control, 4 feet, enter. Now, this one isn't going long enough. So I'm going to have to do something to make it longer. And I can do that because it's just a group right now. So I can press pull that end without a problem. So let me spin this around so that I can see that end. And I can highlight the very tippy end and press pull. Oh, looks like I have to explode it. So let me highlight it, right click, explode, and now I can press pull this end all the way down. But I don't want to go all the way through. I want to just go to that inside bar. There we go. There. Pretty cool. Let me go back to my top view. There it is. And there's a few things that I want to do. So I see a line here up on top, and I see a line way down here. I'm going to have to see, though, if those lines exist on the bottom. That one does. And that one does. So that's okay. If those did not, I would have had to put lines in so that I can make it into a component or a group. So now I need to make those things into a group again. groups can be moved and copied without messing up the rest of the surfaces. So right click, make it a group. Now I'm going to do another cool thing here. This time when I do my copy, I'm going to say go 4 feet, enter, and then I can tell it how many times I want to do that. So I'm going to go times, I don't know, 5. Oh, isn't that cool? So that's sort of like the array commands. If you do times at the end, and now I just have this one more to fix. If this one's not exactly 4 feet, that's not really a problem. So let's come on back here so I can see this end. Press pull. No, I can't press pull that end. So I have to right click, explode it, and then I can press pull it back to where it belongs. Now I left these 2 little lines here that I'd like to get rid of. Ah, man, that didn't work. So sometimes you can do that and sometimes you can't. Let me get under here and see if I can do it from under here too. So sometimes you get rid of too much as you go, but there. So you're always trying to be careful with your little lines to make it as good a model as you can. So that's my set of joists. The next thing I need to do is take this piece of OSB subfloor and put it into place. So I'm going to move it so that it goes on top of the joists, and that makes the subfloor that I'm gonna work on. So I can do my copy again. That was the control button, corner to corner. That was the control key, corner to corner. Oh, that came out okay. I think what I'm going to try to do this time, I'm going to go into my top view so I can see it better. I'm going to take those 3 things, 1, 2, 3, and copy them 8 feet. I can do it from anywhere. 8 feet, 8 feet. And I'm going to go times 4. Ah, that's so cool. Now I know it went over the end, but that's okay. I'll live with that. And then I'm going to take these ones. 1, 2. I'm holding the control key down to get more than 1. And I'll copy those. That was my click to 8 feet. Oh, that should have been 4 feet. Let's try that again. It's only 4 foot in that direction. Copy 4 feet. And I'll go times, which is the X3. And I just let go of my mouse and typed it in. There we go. I'm getting close. I see there's 2 more that need to get put on. Now you could do these one at a time. It wouldn't really matter. Control button, and I'm just going to go. This time I will go 8 feet because that's 2 of them. There. So I've got it pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. But now I have to take some of these and press pull them back. So I can't do that one. So let me get underneath O and see if I can do some work here. Maybe if I went from that corner to that corner and I pulled it up, it would get rid of it. Maybe. Nope, didn't work. So I have to explode all of these. I have to do a bunch of exploding to get these to fit right. Right click, explode. There we go. So I think if I went from, to find the actual corner, that corner to that corner, now maybe I can get it to press pull away. No, didn't work. Let's go from here down to here. Get that to work. I should be able to get that to go. Oh, it's still a component for some reason. Explode. Did I not get those exploded? Right click, explode. That's what the problem is. I did not. That one looks exploded. That one does. That one does. Those ones look exploded okay. There we go. Just had to get everything exploded. Now I can press pull it up and it'll go away. So that was a little bit clunky what I did there because I didn't get it exploded right. There, now I got it all trimmed out and it all looks okay. Get this thing to orbit a bit. So now I have a floor system. It has joists and subfloor. So I should be able to make, I'm going to spin it a little bit more to make my component. Highlight all that stuff. Right click. Make it a component. And I'm going to call it the floor system. Replace. Now I have a floor system. So now I want some walls. And these are made out of modules. And, you know, I'm not going to make them perfect again. This is just for a concept. But I've got these ones. And I can just lay those out into place. So if I took this one and did my copy command from that bottom corner, control, there I go, put it right there. Then I could do that copy command and make it go all the way across pretty quick. And these are 4-foot modules. Control, move it in the red direction, 4 foot, and maybe times 8. I don't know. I don't remember how long this thing was. Oh, look at that. That one fit just right. Kind of cool. So I can probably do the same thing on the other side. And if some of these overlap, that's not going to hurt me a lot. I don't really care. I just want to get something that I can count about how many wall modules. I don't want a perfect design. I just want to count about how many wall modules. So copy those from kind of, got to get the other side. I want to copy it from that point over to here. Now this one is off by a little bit. Oh, I didn't make a copy there. I did a move. That happens sometimes. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, probably about that many. I'm just not picking things very well here at all. There we go. Put it right there. And it looks like I need at least one more. So let me get one more. Move from that corner to that corner. There we go. Now, those are off by just a little bit, right? It doesn't quite make it. So I can now either stretch all of those or just one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and stretch all of those. There we go. And I'm going to scale it so that this point goes out to that end. And I know that that's not perfect, but I'm still going to get pretty close on my count. So into my top view, select this one again. Now I need to rotate it to get my other ones. So remember, I have to pick some spot, set my angle, and then type it how many degrees I'm going to go, 90 degrees. There we go. And now I can place these ones. There we go. And I can put these ones in place. And, you know, I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to let them overlap. It's okay. This is not a strictly perfect model. I just, again, want to be able to count about how many of these modules I might need later on. And notice this time, I'm just doing the copy command. I'm not doing the array. Now let me select those. Do that little scale function again. Pick that middle one and go find that corner. Now I can do some more copying again. And let's make this lower corner here go to this lower corner here. Again, it's okay if it overlaps, not going to hurt anything. I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to scale all those to get to the right spot. And when you do the scale, the middle button is the one that makes it scale just in that direction. Then I think those are the same dimensions, so I should be able to just copy it right from there to there. Yep, that looks good. And I have just a few more to do. This one I think I'll just copy, direct, and then scale it. Pick the wrong spot. I want the outside corner to go there. That was my control button again. Sometimes my view does not go exactly where I want it to. I'm not the greatest pro in the world at this. There we go. And now I can probably take two of, maybe I'll just take one of those and put it in place over here. Then scale it into place. There it goes. There's my scale button. There's the middle green. There's the spot. I need to get to, so let me make it so I can see it. There it goes. And this one should do the same thing. There. I've got my framing done. Not too bad. Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, there's a lot more of these than you think. Okay, but I think I can take those two and do my copy. I need to do it from the other direction so that I can see better. I can put it in the right spot. I hold the control key down to pick more than one at once. Control key, and there's my position. There we go. So now I can make a component out of that, and that's called wall system. Right click, make a component, walls. There we go. And our last system that we're going to work with is this, the roof system. Okay, so that's going to be our roof system. Now, I can place walls on here if I want, by the way. If I felt like it and I wanted it to look cool for later on, I could put a rectangle on there and then pull it out, maybe 3 inches, and I could later on put stuff on there. So that's not a bad thing to do. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and do it from corner to corner. And I'll pull that out 3. Does leave a little bit of a funny spot there, but it's okay. See what I did there. That didn't look right. See if I can do it well. Corner to corner. Press pull 3. There we go. Should be nice and clean like that. You can do that all the way around. So now we're going to do our rafters and the roof. And I think it says the rafters are 36 inches on center. So here we go. This is a good view. So I'm going to pick the rafter and I'll do my copy command. Click, Control, 36 inches, and maybe times 10. Needed a few more than that. Let me make it times. Well, let me just do it again. It'll be easier than going back. So there we go. And copy, Control to make it copy, 36. I didn't go straight. Always be careful that you're going in the right direction. Times 3 more. There we go. And this one not quite being at the end, let's just move it to the end. For our conceptual work, that will be fine. So this is a gable roof, doing its thing all nicely. And this isn't exactly how one goes, but it gives us the idea about how many rafters we're going to need. And again, I can do a rectangle if I could get to the right spot. Down to here. Won't quite get down there. I'm going to have to zoom in and just get close. And I'll press pull that 3 inches also. Just so that it's got a little bit of room to it. And then I would do the same thing on the other side. Say that point. But it needs to be a rectangle. Little bit sloppy. Let me do it better. There we go. Get in there close. And let's make that also 3 inches. That now becomes our roof component. Make it into a component, roof. There we go. That is a set of components that can make a building. And again, this is a little more complex than what we might normally do, but it gives you a lot of good practice to make all these things. So I'm gonna save this. And there you go. You've got a roof system.